Hello everyone. Welcome to the Blockchain News Club. I am excited to bring you the latest updates from the XRP world. There are a few rumors around government confiscating XRP from their owners. The Securities Exchange Commission charges Gemini and Genesis with selling unregistered securities. Deaton weighs in on SEC's best case argument for the lawsuit. Ripple has said recently, over 90% of global central banks are actively exploring CBDC projects. In related news, Ripple's Korean partner SentBe has announced plans to expand into the United States. Before we go any further, I request you to please subscribe to our channel. It will help us immensely. The former director of Ripple responds to allegations of XRP confiscation by the government. On Twitter, Matt Hamilton, formerly of Ripple's developer relations team, dispelled speculation that the government would purchase back XRP tokens. Hamilton said in a thread that some crazy people in the XRP community are advocating for the US government to purchase back or confiscate XRP from residents at an astronomically inflated pricing. Through a series of tweets, Hamilton pointed out the many economic and technological errors in this line of thought, notably addressing the claim that the government might devalue XRP as it did gold in the 1930s. He stressed the several reasons why this theory is absurd, adding that he'd thought of more that night. A former Ripple director of developer relations provided an illustration to demonstrate why he finds this line of thinking to be flawed. He drew an analogy between the 1930s, when a sickness wiped out the horse population, and the present day, when a number of people speculate that a similar epidemic may wipe out the automobile industry. Just because a sickness may have harmed one does not guarantee it could have impacted the other, he said, citing the fundamental differences between horses and automobiles. In addition, he clarified that he is not a veterinarian or a mechanic, albeit the distinction is obvious. 3 arguments from a former director of the Ripple. According to Ripple's former director, there is no comparison between gold and digital assets like XRP. It's pointed out that the two assets have quite different features, contexts, and timings. And he didn't rule out the potential of federal oversight of XRP in the United States, saying it may happen, but not because of precedent with gold. He further claims that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and XRP are not like gold in that they have an inherent worth, rather, their value is established by a decentralized group of individuals agreeing on a set of rules for transactions. To drive home the point, he singled out 3 key points, one of which was the distinct advantages of XRP, a digital asset that operates on a distributed ledger, over gold and other traditional commodities. Second, he pointed out that XRP was untraceable absent the cooperation of its key holders, which was impossible. It would be more efficient for the US government to develop its own cryptocurrency or CBDC, he argued, if it wanted to seize possession of all the XRP for its own use. Third, he expressed concern that the United States government may seize control of all XRP to ban its use. Because the remaining players might choose to disregard it or construct a new version of XRP, its value and utility would be destroyed. Therefore, as I hope you can see, there is no rationale for a government to seize XRP from its inhabitants and pay them much over market price for it. In the lawsuit against Ripple, the SEC says that Ripple is a Ponzi scheme. Crypto lawyer Deaton took to Twitter to argue against this claim. The regulator says that the company depends on XRP sales to pay for its operations and capital spending. This shows that Ripple and XRP are the same business and that the cryptocurrency is a security. The claim is also made stronger by the fact that Ripple paid cryptocurrency exchanges to list XRP. Deaton says that both of these facts are SEC's best arguments, but all of this has made him wonder what a common enterprise is. The lawyer said that for the judge to agree that Ripple wanted to sell XRP and make a secondary market, the judge would have to find that the whole XRP ecosystem, including the exchanges and all the holders, is a common enterprise. Look at this.
What do you think could potentially become of Ripple when this case ends?
Well, I think Ripple, what we have to do is look at a couple of things. One is I don't defend Ripple.
No, not at all.
No, I don't. But I do defend facts, right? If anybody knows me and has followed me, I'm all about the facts and the truth is all I care about. And so sometimes people think I'm defending Ripple when I simply state the fact. And the fact is they were investigated for 30 months. months, and a lawsuit was filed. If the SEC would have found any fraud, they would have alleged it. I'm a former federal prosecutor, and if you're going to prosecute this company that has hundreds of millions of dollars, $1 billion treasury in cash, and then they have billions of this asset called XRP that's worth on paper at that moment in time worth $15-16 billion, then, and I'm going to go after that company that can afford the best lawyers in the world. If I can allege fraud as a leverage, right, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to like bring them to their knees. You were fraudulent on this day and that day. And so they didn't, which meant to me, there is no fraud. There is no misrepresentation. It would have been alleged. So that's what I'll say about Ripple. I think they're going to be fine, right? Because this is a non-fraud case. In Brad Garlinghouse's words, they are operating as though they've lost. And so they've had a 800% increase in ODL or this or that. It's why I got involved, Ray. Ripple's going to be fine. If XRP is deemed a security, then it's going to affect, the U.S. corridor and all of that. But they're going to be able to survive as a company, right? They could sell XRP to accredited investors. I mean, they could sell it on Link2 to accredited investors on Link2 if they want it in the United States.
Interesting.
So it would be significant loss, but they would survive. But Ripple's going to be fine, in my opinion, one way or the other. I'm confident that the judge, even if she finds for the SEC that it would be limited to, specific early sales of XRP, hopefully she'll do a section in her order that distinguishes the token itself as simply digital code. It's not inherently a security any more than Bitcoin or gold is, and addresses the secondary market sales so that we can continue to have the ability to buy and sell and trade and utilize XRP. And so we'll see.
Regardless of the outcome of its action with the SEC, according to John Deaton, Ripple Labs will be successful. John is likewise of the opinion that the criteria for an accredited investor should be modified. Further, the SEC claims Genesis and Gemini explicitly traded in securities. Last year, Genesis temporarily halted withdrawals, prompting a public dispute between Gemini and Genesis. In a complaint filed late on Thursday, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, charged that cryptocurrency exchange Gemini and cryptocurrency lender Genesis Global Capital offered unregistered securities. Hundreds of thousands of American investors put their cryptocurrency in the hands of Gemini Earn, a yield-bearing product that has now come under fire from the investment watchdog. By lending deposits to Genesis, which in turn leased them out, Gemini was able to create yield on billions of dollars in cryptocurrency. The SEC reported that 340,000 Gemini Earn clients and over $900 million in cryptocurrency were left in limbo after Genesis stopped financing withdrawals in November. The Digital Currency Group, which owns CoinDesk, also owns Genesis. The authority said that the widely used software was actually an unregistered security. The lawsuit states that defendants marketed and sold the Gemini Earn agreements through the Gemini Earn program without registering with securities regulators. Because of this, investors lacked essential information regarding the Gemini Earn program that would have been crucial to their investment decisions. The lawsuit is the most recent development in a high-stakes CEO struggle between Gemini's Winklevoss twins and DCG's Barry Silbert. As a result of the decline in demand for their popular yield product, the Winklevoss twins have accused Silbert of fraud in his company's administration of Genesis, a claim that Silbert has dismissed as a mere PR ploy.
That's why Gary Gensler, from what I hear, is on his way out. So.
Interesting.
We're not going to go hard on Gary anymore. Like, I'm not going to go hard on Gary anymore. Gary's out. Gary's on the way out. By us continuing to basically talk about how bad Gary Gensler is, we're just wasting our time. We need to be more concerned about who's coming in after him.
The community has had enough, and the Twitter hashtag #GaryGenslerResign is getting more popular. Ben Armstrong took on Twitter and posted that Gary is out. I believe that it is time for Gary Gensler to step down. In its new report, Ripple said that 90% of central banks around the world are likely to accept central bank digital currency, CBDC, and look into its possibilities. In its report, Ripple pointed out a number of things that make it more likely for central banks to use digital currencies as part of the monetary system. CBDCs will help financial institutions do things that have never been done before. For example, they will make the country more competitive, improve the efficiency of the payment system, and encourage innovation while creating new use cases. CBDCs can help a lot more people get access to money because they can be sent to anyone with an internet-connected computer, tablet, or smartphone. I will leave the link to this report in the description. Find out the most important facts about CBDC technology and its possible effects on business, finance, and society to understand why financial institutions are optimistic about it. Ripple's Korean partner SentBe has said that it will expand to the US. SentBe, a payments company in South Korea that uses RippleNet, said it would start offering international money transfers in the United States. According to the press release, the company's customers, who are mostly working class and migrant workers, will now be able to send money transfers from the new country to more than 50 other countries where SentBe already works. SentBe has been a Ripple partner since 2020, which is pretty cool. At the time, co-founder Jae Lee Young said that the standardized process of integrating Ripple technologies, like RippleNet and on-demand liquidity, ODL, makes it easier to connect with partners in the region and makes money transfers fast, easy, and cheap. According to a December report by Today, SentBe teamed up with another RippleNet user, CurrencyCloud, in what seemed to be the latest step to grow in the North American and European markets. There are a lot of Ripple users in Asia, especially in Southeast Asia. If you look at what Ripple and its partners have done in the news over the past few months, it's easy to draw a map of the area in your head. Between Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Japan, and South Korea, Ripple's partner network covers almost every big country in Asia. This is why XRP trading makes up a big part of the total volume on many crypto exchanges in the region. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for regular updates in the blockchain community.